Welcome back. Today we are reviewing 3 quiz problems from Topic 1. A retaining wall, a select-all question about whole numbers, and a fraction product that looks huge. Pause and try each one first if you want. Then we will walk through them together, slowly.
Question 7. A retaining wall has an area of 23 3/8 square feet and a width of 8 1/2 feet. The lower stone portion is 1/2 foot high. Part A asks, what is the height of the upper brick portion, in feet? Answer as a decimal. Part B asks, what fraction of the wall height is brick? Let's look at what we know. The whole wall is a rectangle. Its area is 23 3/8 square feet. Its width is 8 1/2 feet. The bottom stone section is 1/2 foot high. We do not yet know the total height, and we do not yet know how tall the brick part is. The question wants the brick height, not the total height. So first we need the total height. Area equals width times height. That means height equals area divided by width. We divide because area is the product of the two sides, and we already know the width. Rewrite the mixed numbers as improper fractions. 23 3/8 is 187/8. 8 1/2 is 17/2. Now the problem is 187/8 divided by 17/2. Dividing by a fraction means multiplying by its reciprocal. Flip 17/2 and you get 2/17. So we write 187/8 times 2/17. Simplify before you multiply, so the numbers stay small. 187 divided by 17 is 11, and 2 over 8 is 1/4. That leaves 11 times 1/4, which is 11/4. 11/4 is 2 3/4, or 2.75 feet. Pause here. 2.75 feet is the height of the entire wall, not just the brick. The stone is still part of that height.
Now subtract the stone. 1/2 foot is 0.5. 2.75 minus 0.5 is 2.25. So the upper brick portion is 2.25 feet high. That is part A. Look at the wall again. Total height 2.75. Stone 0.5. Brick 2.25.
Part B. What fraction of the wall height is brick? That is brick height over total height, 2.25 over 2.75. Write each decimal as a fraction first. 2.25 is 2 1/4, because 25 hundredths is 1/4. 2 times 4 plus 1 is 9, so 2 1/4 is 9/4. 2.75 is 2 3/4, because 75 hundredths is 3/4. 2 times 4 plus 3 is 11, so that is 11/4. Now 9/4 divided by 11/4. Dividing by a fraction means multiply by the reciprocal. 9/4 times 4/11. The 4's cancel. We get 9/11. Almost the whole wall is brick, so 9/11 close to 1 makes sense.
Question 11. Select all values of x that make this expression a whole number. 5 1/3 divided by 4 over x. A whole number has no fraction or decimal part. Numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. First rewrite 5 1/3 as 16/3. Now we have 16/3 divided by 4 over x. Dividing by a fraction means multiply by the reciprocal. 16/3 times x over 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So the expression simplifies to 4x over 3. Pause. For 4x over 3 to be a whole number, the numerator must divide evenly by 3. 4 is not divisible by 3, so x needs to provide a factor of 3. That means x must be a multiple of 3. Let's test some choices. If x is 6, 4 times 6 over 3 is 24 over 3, which is 8. That is a whole number. If x is 9, 4 times 9 over 3 is 36 over 3, which is 12. Also a whole number. Now a non-example. If x is 8, 4 times 8 over 3 is 32 over 3.
That is not a whole number. Scan the list. The only multiples of 3 offered are 6 and 9. Do not choose a number just because it is even. 8 is even, but it did not work. The important question is whether 3 divides evenly.
Question 13. Find this product as a fully simplified fraction. Not a decimal, not a mixed number. 144 over 125 times 75 over 48 times 121 over 27 times 15 over 66. If you multiply everything first, the numbers get huge. Cancel first.
When you multiply fractions, a factor in any numerator can cancel with the same factor in any denominator. That is called cross-cancellation. We will do one simplification at a time. First, 144 and 48. 144 divided by 48 is 3. So 144 becomes 3, and 48 becomes 1. Next, 75 over 125 simplifies to 3/5.
Next, 121 and 66. 121 is 11 times 11. 66 is 6 times 11. Cancel 111, and 121 over 66 becomes 11 over 6. Then 15 over 27 simplifies to 5/9. Now the reduced product is 3 times 3/5 times 11/6 times 5/9. Cancel the 5s. Notice that 3 times 3 is 9, and that cancels the 9 in the denominator. What is left is 11/6.
11/6 is already simplified, because 11 and 6 share no common factor other than 1. Do not change it to a mixed number. The problem asked for a fraction. Quick check. What was the main strategy in each problem? Take a second to think. Question 7. Use area to find total height, then subtract. Question 11. Simplify the expression first, then look for values that make it a whole number. Question 13. Cancel common factors before multiplying. Here are the answers. Question 7. Part A, 2.25. Part B, 9/11. Question 11, 6 and 9. Question 13, 11/6. Pause and copy these down if you need them.